Assalamualaikum, Doctor. My name is Nurdia Azmimi binti Muhammad Zakaria. My metric number is 829465 from UM Sintok. So, for our first fish chips shipment, this is how I'm going to do it. As the seller, the customer wants us to settle the whole shipment for them. So this is how we are going to do it. So first, the best way is to get some certification to make sure that our food is good for exportation into Taiwan. So some of the best certification that we can get in Malaysia is Hazard Analysis and Critical Control Point certification scheme. This is we can have it specifically for seafood products. So as our fish chips is technically seafood, this is the best way because we can know the time temperature indicators, the time and temperature control during unrefrigerated processing, second processor receiving and storage control, heat process validation, and primary processes in some scum toxin controls. So this means that even though this will enable us to make sure that the goods are at their best state before, during, and after the shipment, even after the customer gets it, and they can sell it back. So, and also the next is the good manufacturing practice certification scheme. This is to ensure the process of making the goods is the best practice. So for Taiwan importing regulation, we have to know what we should do before we import our items into the country. So first, we have to apply for obligatory inspection for food products. So this inspection is to make sure that the food does not break any laws, or it is safe, it is not hazardous for the local industry, local raw material, raw food, raw resources. So the documentation that we need during this is the application form. For this inspection, we have to apply for it. So the application form, declaration form of the products itself. So what is the product? What is the ingredients? And also the import declarations. So that is half of what we need for the documentation. Shipment terms used is CIF, cost, insurance, and freight. So why I choose this Incoterm, I believe that this is the most suitable because we are going to cover the charges, the fees, and also to make sure that as we are using refill containers because it is a frozen food, so I think it is best to have insurance for it because we would not know if there is going to have some malfunctions for the containers itself. So this is the best because so we bear the cost, insurance, and freight. So we have the responsibility to load into the container and transport them to the port, to Port Klang, and also we are going to make sure that it is safely put into the container ship. And also the documentation that will be used is the commercial invoice, the goods declaration. So this will we will declare what is the goods being imported, the bill of lading because we use sea transportation, and also K2 forms, certification of origin, and then we have the booking confirmation with the shipping agents. These are the other half of the documentation used for the shipment. So the packaging that we use during this transportation shipment is we have insulated containers, plastic bag, coolants, and absorbent pads. The insulated containers is to make sure that the temperature is preserved at the best suitable temperature in the container itself. And then plastic bags and absorbent pads are used to make sure that there's no extra moisture inside of the packaging itself. And the coolants is to make sure the temperature does not rise during transportation. So, and also all voids in the packaging itself will be filled with dunnage. This is to prevent movement and create more insulation. And then the outside of the packaging itself will be labeled, and there's going to be indicators and in handling instructions and everything. So this is to avoid any mishandling. So coolants are used to prevent any cases of power shortage during the transportation. As discussed before, we're going to use reefer containers for frozen cargoes. So these containers, they come with a refrigeration unit, so they can keep the temperature at the same level all the time during the shipment. And also it protects the cargo from elements during shipment, such as seawater. So a rough flow of shipment for this order is going to be, we are going to make sure that the containers are sealed and are safely transported to Port Klang, and then there it will be inspected to avoid any spoilage or contaminants during before the shipment itself. And then after it got into the container ship, and then the customer will receive, either they themselves going to receive the shipment, or they have the appointed person to collect them. So that is the general way how I'm going to do my first fish chips shipment to Taiwan. Thank you, Doctor. Assalamualaikum. Moga kita jumpa lagi.